Hello, and welcome to another Thursday night mindset reset where you can learn strategies, tips, and tactics for getting your inner world game right so you can see the results that you want in the outer world and have a life you love and have a profitable business that supports the life you want to love. Or that you supports the life you want to have is what I'm saying. And hopefully you love that life too, right? So tonight, I want to talk with you about what you're focusing on. What you're focusing on. And really, what you're focusing on, are you focusing on where you are right now? Or are you focusing on where you want to be? What are you focusing on? What are you focusing on in your life? And are you focusing on where you are right now and maybe the circumstances that you have that aren't quite like you want them to be? Or are you focusing on where you want to go? So here's the thing. If you want to manifest or create the kind of life that you're dreaming about, that you want to have, sometimes it can feel really frustrating and disappointing when you think, oh, I want to have this kind of life. I want to have a really successful business. I want to be doing all of these things that light me up. And it's not here right now. And it's not showing up. And it can feel really tough, it can be a really tough feeling to deal with. So I want to give you some steps on how to more easily bridge where you get from where you are right now to where you want to be, and to do it with more grace and ease and actually happiness, because isn't that what life's really ultimately about, and what you're working so hard to achieve personally and professionally? It's fulfillment and happiness and feeling like your life matters, right? So the first strategy I want to share with you is you've got to work with what you got, right? There are people who are out there struggling right now, living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe that's you. And you may not feel like you're ever going to get to that vision you hold for yourself. And we'll be talking about vision in just a minute. But if you are, I talk to entrepreneurs, so if you are trying to build a business, doing something that you enjoy around the work you love, to create some extra income for your family, and you're feeling frustrated like, well, I don't have any resources and tools to really help me right now, you've got to work with what you got. So instead of just focusing on like, I can't do it because I don't have the perfect backdrop for my video live streams, or I can't afford all of the fancy tools, to start my business and launch my business or grow it. I only have a few hours a day or even a week to grow my business because I'm staying at home with the kids and maybe even homeschooling them. You've got to work with what you've got. And I promise you that when you start taking an inventory of what you got, then you will come up with a list, if you think creatively, of more things that you actually have access to, more resources that you have than you think you have. You want to start thinking in terms of your network, like the friends you have personally, in your community and also online. Can they be a resource or an asset for you? How could they be a resource and an asset for you? Your creativity. Nobody can take your creativity from you. That is a resource. So how can you think creatively and get creative about growing your business or launching your business or doing the things you want to do in your life and in managing your time so that you can do them? How can you get creative with that? What kind of solutions can you come up with? So I want to ask you while I keep talking here because there's a delay, what can you use? Like right off the top of your head, what resources do you have that are there for you to use that maybe you're not using? Maybe you're in a job that you really don't like, and you want to change jobs, get a new job, or maybe there's a job, that's a promotion that you want to get, but you think, oh, I can't really, go after that because of, I'm not qualified, or there's so much competition, or I'm, fairly new to the company, so I can't go after that promotion. But think about the ways in which you are qualified. Like, really, what's stopping you from going after the promotion? If you're holding yourself back, usually you're the only person who's keeping you from going after what you want, because we get caught up in these limiting beliefs and the mindset that says we don't have what we need right now to be successful. And I promise you, all you have to do is look at all of the people who've started amazing companies and big companies, and also small companies. But you can see that, Phil Knight, when he started Nike, he didn't have a lot of resources. They started Nike by selling shoes, making the shoe bottoms and a waffle iron, literally. And Bowerman was his name. He was using his wife's waffle iron to make the treads for the Nike shoes. And I don't even think it was called Nike at the time. Maybe it was. But it's like, that's what he had available. So he started using a waffle iron, and look how big of a company Nike is right now. There's all these examples of people who started with nothing. Bill Gates started in his garage, and they had the vision for where they wanted to go, and they started with what they had. So you make step-by-step progress using what you have. And nowadays, oh my gosh, with the internet and access to trainings like this, and the ones I do inside Successful Women Entrepreneurs, there are so many free resources to help you. There's so many people out there offering free help. So take advantage of it. So what can you use that you have right now in your life to either grow the business that you want to grow, start the business that you're dreaming of, or go after something that you want? Comment below. Type it in the comments. What is something that you could use that maybe you're not using or you're not making the most of? I would like to hear what that is. So, it could even be your personality. Like, are you really outgoing? Would you be great on camera doing live streams? Or maybe you're a little nervous about that, but you're going to try it anyway, right? Because it may work. So if nothing else, what you have available to you are your inner resources, your personality, your characteristics, your drive, your ambition, your persistence, your grit. And if you are committed, like really committed to changing your life in whatever that way that is, whether it's personal or business-wise, if you're committed to that, then there are steps you can be taking every day to make that happen, using what you have and making progress towards that. I promise you there are. So put your creative thinking cap on, like they say in school, put your creative thinking cap on and start coming up with the ways that you can do that if you feel like you don't have a lot of resources. And if you do have a lot of resources, if you're fortunate in that regard, you're probably not making the most of them. There are people that I have met and I know, and they have huge networks professionally, and of friends personally, and they don't use the networks that they already have because they're afraid to ask for help. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, is people love supporting their friends, number one, and people love rallying behind a big dream or a big goal or a vision, so ask for that support that you need. People love to support you. Don't assume that they're not going to. They do love to support you most of the time. Most of the people in the world are supportive and good, and they will rally to help you when you ask, but you have to ask. So if you don't know who I am, if you're new to watching this live stream, I am Christine Parma, and I help ambitious women entrepreneurs create wildly successful businesses they love and lives they love even more by helping them to package up their brilliance and implement systems that leverage their time and efforts, and also getting into the inner work, the mindset work that has to happen along with the practical, smart business strategies to have a business that's profitable and continue to grow it in a way that supports your life. So if you want to find out more about me and who I am and how I work, you can find all that information at christineparmer.com or drop me a note here. I'll respond to you personally. I love getting questions and comments and making a personal connection. So let's go on to step number 2, or key number 2, for creating success in your life, whether that's with a personal goal that you have or a business goal, if it's that. And feel free to comment as we go along here. Number 2, vision. You know, I asked you at the beginning of this video, are you focusing on where you are now or where you want to be? So the second part here is you have to know where you want to go. As the famous Yogi Berra said, and I'm hoping I'm getting this quote right. Actually, I'll just look because I wrote it down. He said, if you don't know where you're going, then you'll end up someplace else. And isn't that so true? Like if you started a drive from New York to LA and you wanted to get to LA, or you wanted to get to LA, I guess, but you didn't really have the vision for, oh, I'm going to go to LA. You're going to end up someplace else, maybe in Arizona, Colorado, and you might not ever make it to LA. Same goes in your life and in your business in particular. If you don't have a vision for what you want to create, for the kind of business you want to have, for what you want it to look like and feel like, and what you want your life to look like as a result of that business, or just in general, what you want your life to look like, you have to have a vision, or you're just going to end up kind of wandering through life. So my question to you is, are you kind of wandering through life? Have you sat down and actually given thought, really focused on, what do I want my life to be like? What do I want it to look like? You know, when I hit 90 and I'm looking back at my life and reviewing all of the things that I've done, all of the people I met and made friends with, all of these wonderful experiences of my life, what do I want to be looking at? You know, if somebody were to write a book about my life, what would be in that book? What's your vision for the life you want to have? Now, some people will say, well, you know, you never know what's going to happen in life. You know, there's no point in making goals because things happen and goals change. Well, yeah, they change. But the way I think about it is you have a vision. Like if you want to be here, then you kind of start aiming for that. And you're going to end up going like this, zigzaggity, zigzaggity. And maybe somewhere along the way, you learn something or have an experience that changes your vision a little bit. And it goes over here. You know, you want these things now that are different. So then you just adjust course, right? You change the things that you're doing to get to that new vision. And frankly, if you're living life and you're learning as you go and you're interested in expanding yourself and your soul's experience here, then your vision will change. It will evolve. It's supposed to change. But that doesn't mean you don't have a vision, right? Your vision can evolve, but you still have a vision for where you want to be, the kind of life that you want to create, the kind of business you want to have that helps whoever, you know, that you want to help. You need to have that vision, or else you're going to end up someplace else, like Yogi Berra said. And you know what? You probably will end up someplace else, but at least it will be in the same general direction and have maybe even better than the vision that you held for yourself. I have had personal experience with this. You know, there in this kind of woo-woo world, people talk about, you know, and there's that phrase that's saying that goes, you know, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Totally believe that. Yes. Doesn't mean you don't make plans. You just don't stay super attached to those plans or how that vision that you're holding is going to happen. That is what holds a lot of people back, and what I think keeps a lot of people from having a vision is they get very attached to the how. It's like, oh, well, I have this vision for my business. It's going to be $1 million business, and it's got to happen this way at this time. A, B, C. This is what's going to happen. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't mean you don't have a vision. You create that vision. But if something else happens that's not A, B, C, that supports the vision, make room for it. Your life may end up being taken in a completely different direction, so amazing that you couldn't conceive of it. That's what happened to me. When I was working in corporate, totally miserable many years ago, over 10 years ago, and I eventually quit my job. What happened after that and how I got to be doing the work I'm doing now, I never could have imagined that. Like, I didn't know that people actually got paid to do the work I ended up doing and the work that I'm doing now. Like, my brain, because my thinking wasn't along those lines, coming from where I was. So allow your vision to evolve and be open to wonderful things coming into your life and changing that vision, but still start off with an initial vision. So at least you have something you're aiming for. So my question for you is, and please type it in the comments below, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, what vision do you hold for yourself? What's the vision that you hold for yourself right now? Do you have a vision? And I challenge you, if you don't have a vision for yourself right now, spend some time after watching this video writing down your vision for yourself. Just let it flow. Let it flow onto paper. Get it out of your head. Put some, thought into, what do you want your life to be like? What kind of things do you want to be a part of your life? What do you want your business to be like? And how do you want it to support people? And how do you want it to deliver your hard work into the world and make your impact on the world? Write it down and then share it. I want you to share it in the comments below, or ping me, share it inside the Successful Women Entrepreneurs group on Facebook, and ping me. I want to read it. I want to hear what that is. So number 3 is once you're working with what you have, and you're more at peace with where you are right now. So here's the thing. I'll sidetrack for 1 second. Take the number 3 down. When you are more at peace with where you are, no matter where that is, and you're not in that space of pining, shall we say, or feeling frustrated by the distance between where you are and where you want to be, the vision that you have for yourself, then getting to that vision, it's a lot easier and it's a more enjoyable journey, but things flow faster because being in frustration and overwhelm or being in envy of the life that you see other people having that you want, that is not the energy that facilitates you getting to your vision for your life quickly, easily, and with a lot more joy and ease and grace. So if you can come to the place of, this is where I am, and I know I want to be here, and it's so exciting, and staying in that energy, that's when things are really going to start to click, 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 click for you. And they're going to start to happen really quickly. So let's get back to step number 3, or key number 3, is to take consistent action. So you have to have the mindset of and holding the energy for that vision you want to bring in and create, but you also have to take action and take action consistently towards creating that vision. I look at manifesting whatever it is that you want as a partnership between you and the divine or the universe, however you want to call it, God. And you have to do your part. So be open to intuition, be open to being guided in the direction that is your path, your soul's journey in this lifetime. But you have to also take the steps. You have to take consistent action. So for example, if you are launching or growing a business around doing work you love, there are certain things you should be doing to grow your business from a very practical standpoint. You should be engaging in marketing activities that make you visible, and so that your potential clients can find you. Don't make it hard for them to find you. You have to make it easy. Do live streams, get on Facebook, create posts, go to meetup groups and tell people about what you do. Share from a place of your passion. And that's how it feels good too. It's when you're sharing from your excitement and your passion for what you're doing. It's contagious, right? It's contagious. People love excitement and passion. That's authentic, right? But then you have to take the consistent action. So my question to you, type it in the comments below. These kind of more woo-woo spiritual trainings that I do are very action-oriented. They're very practical steps. So I like to marry smart, practical business strategies with inner world principles and mindset to get you where you want to go. So what's one step you can take right now? What's one action you can take right now towards creating that life you want to have or creating the business that you want to have? Type it in the comments below and share. Because you have to be taking those actions. Doing Facebook trainings, live stream trainings like this is one of the actions that I take on a consistent basis. And if you've been following me on my business page, which if you haven't, click the like button so you get notified when I'm live, or you're inside my Successful Women Entrepreneurs group on Facebook, then you know I show up 99% of the time. If I'm on vacation with family, it may be not at the same time, but I'm showing up consistently doing this work, making myself visible, getting my message out there. Number one, because I love doing it. I found out I love doing it. I didn't think I would love doing it before I did it. I was scared to do it. But once I started doing it, I love doing it. I love sharing. I love just sharing the thoughts and the intuitive hits that come to me that say, okay, Christine, this is what you need to talk about today. This is what people are needing. This is what they're wanting to hear and the message they need to hear so that their lives can be better. I love doing that. So even if I don't have any viewers, even if I get no comments, I am doing it consistently. Also from a practical standpoint, because I know over time, the consistency pays off. Even if you don't see immediate results, this is something to keep in mind. The consistency pays off when you're taking the smart steps towards creating the life or the business you want to have. If you're headed in the wrong direction, you don't want to keep doing that, obviously, but taking smart steps consistently. So what is one step that you can take right now that you will commit to doing consistently? Is it going to be doing live streams to help grow your business? Is it going to be just blogging on a regular basis, getting a blog post up every week? Is it, for your personal life, if you have a job you want to go after, that you're going to apply for the job? You're actually going to say, hey, consider me, I'm applying. Get yourself out there. If you want more personal time for yourself in your life, are you going to schedule it in your calendar? So what's the action that you're going to take? What's one thing? I'm just asking for one, just one. What's one action that you can take right now that will put you a step closer towards that big vision that you hold for yourself? Remember, the previous step, you're creating that big vision. So come back to this action step if you haven't done the vision, creating your vision step yet. So along those lines of taking consistent action and having a big vision for yourself, I have decided to do something new. I'm trying it. I'm going to see how it serves people. I am offering a few free consultations every month that I've put into my calendar. In the consultations, I am calling the Wild Success consultations, because it's really focused on identifying what is missing, the missing link, the missing piece, or the actions you need to take to create wild success in your life, whether it's in your personal life or in your business. So I am opening this up. You guys are the second to hear about it. I always share things first in my Successful Women Entrepreneurs group. But if you're interested in scheduling one of those chat times, they're about 20 minutes, totally complimentary to you, then type Wild Success in the comments below, and I'll send you the link to schedule that on my calendar. And we'll get together and talk about your vision and the actions that you need to be taking. And I'll just give you my best advice and input. So type wild success in the comments below and you'll get hooked up with that. Also, if you like these videos that I'm doing, this video, the other videos, if you're finding them valuable, or you can think, oh my gosh, my friend so-and-so would really, could really use hearing this message right now, please share the video. You never know that what one message, what one piece of even of this video or of my message may really profoundly resonate with someone you know, or share it on your timeline, because it may be exactly what they need to hear to make a shift in their life or a shift in their thinking so that they can create and pull in more of what they want. And also for you. So I would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And again, I'm Christine Parma. If you want to find out more about me, you can find out more about me at christineparma.com. So leave your questions and your comments in the comment area below this video, and I will come back and respond to you personally for each and every one of those. So that is it for tonight. It has been my pleasure and my honor to share this message with you tonight. And until I see you inside my group, Successful Women Entrepreneurs, or otherwise online, I wish you an amazing life and a business that's even better than you could ever imagine, and a life that you love even more than that. So take care, and as always, shine brilliantly. Bye-bye.